Hello! Welcome to our first write-in of Camp NaNoWriMo 2018. We are very excited to write some words tonight or revise some words, whatever it is you're working on. We are going to start our first sprint in 5 minutes. We're keeping this chat very scheduled because some people have to be places. So yeah, we're going to start at 7:35 with our first sprint. It's going to be 10 minutes long. We're going to do a slightly different format than we normally do. For those of you who haven't been here before, we talk for a little while and then we will sprint for a certain amount of time. And so you'll see we'll just be sitting here writing, and then we'll come back for a few minutes and answer any questions you have, talk about how the sprint went. It's pretty casual. Make sure you let us know if you have any questions, and we'll try and get to as many of those as we can in the time that we have. What are you guys working on tonight? Oh, go ahead, Kelly.
I was going to say, we don't get to anything. We're doing lots and lots of write-ins this month.
Yes.
So
yes.
And they won't all be this rushed.
No.
Yeah. What's everyone working on tonight? I have Desiree first.
I'm working on a secret project. I cannot divulge information at this time.
Is it a project that I know about?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I was like, don't tell me you're working on something else. And then I have Megan. What are you working on?
I am working on a historical fantasy, kind of ghosty murder mystery inspired by like the Fox sisters, the ones who kind of started the spiritualist movement, who were like lying, but I want there to be actual murderous ghosts who show up after they've started the lie. So I'm already about 10,000 words in. I started it a week ago. So I cheated a little bit, but that's allowed in Camp Nano. And yeah, I'm excited.
So actually, when I was at SIA Book Fest, I was moderating a panel on retellings, and one of the authors, Kristen Tubb, she does true historical stories, but fictionalized versions of them. And so one of the questions I asked them was what was a story they haven't retold yet that they'd want to? And hers was the Fox sisters. Yes. And she was talking about it, and I was like, this story sounds so Megan. I was like, this is something Megan and her little sister would have done if they had lived in the Victorian era and been bored.
Yeah, we're bored. We need money. Maybe pretend like we can talk to ghosts. I can click my ankles like they did.
Yeah, exactly. So. There you go. Kelly, what are you working on?
I think the first sprint's going to be kind of getting organized. I'd like to work through finishing a chapter that I have kind of ongoing, but I think I just need to get my head on straight first. It's been a busy weekend.
Nice. I'm still working on revisions for my fantasy project. I don't really know what I'm doing for the next few scenes. I don't think they need a ton of revisions, so I have to figure out what, if anything, I need to do with them. So it'll be nice. It'll be a lot of copying and pasting, which I'm excited for. Yeah. I just finished writing a brand new scene, so I'm like, yes.
Let us know what you're working on in the discussion section. We love hearing about y'all's projects as well.
Yeah. We're going to start our first sprint in a minute. It's going to be a 10-minute long sprint. And I have a prompt for it. So this weekend has been Easter and Passover and just lots of holiday stuff going on. So my sprints are kind of themed around that. So the first prompt, which you don't have to do if you don't want to, but if you don't know what to start with, it can give you some ideas. First one is describe a ritual or tradition important to your character.
And I am including that in the discussion section. So that should be there for you now. I'm so excited.
It's 7:35. Yes. So we're going to write for 10 minutes. Check back in at the 45. Good luck. And time. 10-minute sprint is up.
I went by a lot faster than I expected.
It's so fast. I like barely had time just to like open up all of my documents and like copy and paste things over.
I like opened the wrong doc at first and had to reopen it. It's like, no.
I needed to get into Google Docs, but I was like logged into the WordNerds account instead of my account. And I was like, no.
I got slightly more organized, but then I fell down a rabbit hole of like a book that I'd read yesterday. I went to check it off on Goodreads, but then had to check to make sure other readers felt the same way I did about something that happened in it.
I got 294 words, so not bad. I was really hoping to get those last 6 and hit 300, but I was already writing like while you were saying we were done. I was like, I'm not done.
I was like rereading a couple of things that happened like before I started writing, and so I only got like 117 words, but there were 117 good words.
Intended.
I just fixed formatting from copying and pasting. Like a bunch of my paragraphs hadn't indented, so I thought
that's the worst.
So we're gonna start our next sprint at the 50. So it's gonna be a quick break.
We have one question.
Good.
So that'll be like perfect. And Griswold asked, do you have any advice on organizing scenes you wrote out of order to put them into your story without forgetting 1 or 12?
This is why I don't like to write out of order.
Really depends on how you're writing. Like if it's just in a Word doc, or if it's in Scrivener, or like there's a lot of ways you can do it, but it really depends on the system that you're using.
I feel like something like Scrivener would be like the best thing to use for writing out of order because you can organize it into scenes.
Even if you aren't using Scrivener, though, you can still do it. It's definitely like you'll want to take some time. What I like to do is write out on note cards like all the scenes that I have. So like, oh, I've written this one and this one and this one and this one, and then I lay them all out and look at like if there are any holes that I need to patch up, and I can figure out from there like, okay, well, this obviously is supposed to happen up here, this one over here. And then once I've got it all organized in note card form, then I go in and figure it out in Google Docs, usually is what I am working with more. And so I'll go like one at a time, like, okay, where's this scene? I'm going to copy it into a new file. Like this is completed draft 1 or whatever. And once that one's done, I set it down, pick up the next one. Okay, where's this scene? Go and find it. And it can be time consuming, but if writing out of order is what works for you, it's just kind of part of the drill. We've got a tip from Jennifer Daniels in the discussion section. Put some sort of placeholder in like a main file, like a sentence saying this scene goes here. Then when you copy and paste, you know exactly where it goes, which is also great advice and requires less note cards. So it's better for the environment. We've got people sharing their word counts, and it looks like you guys did great. If you haven't shared your word count with us yet, let us know how you did. Again, we're moving really fast today. Sorry, it's a holiday, and so people want to talk and hang out and blah, whatever. So we're kind of zooming through things, but we're going to be here 3 more times writing in this month. So
yeah. So yeah, we're going to start our next sprint in like 30 seconds or something at the 50. This one's going to be a 15-minute sprint, so we're going to go for a little bit longer and end just past the next hour at the 5. And to continue with our holiday-themed sprints, this one is a mysterious basket arrives at your character's door. Maybe it's from the Easter Bunny. Maybe it's from an admirer. Maybe it's from an enemy.
Ooh, I'm totally using this.
And it is now the 50. So we're going to start that sprint. We'll be back at the 5 in 15 minutes. And time. Ooh. Slightly longer sprint. How did it go?
Yes. It went well for me. I got about 350 words, 345, something like that.
Nice.
I got almost 600.
What?
Wow.
I'm so fast. I'm so jealous.
I've been trying really hard to get quicker, and I think I am. Finally, after like years.
305 here.
Nice.
We've got people sharing their word counts in the discussion section. Looks like you guys are doing great. We had another question if you want to jump into that.
Go for it.
From Living Amongst Pages. Any advice on balancing school, work, and writing?
Lots of organization. Like,
Yeah.
look for all of those little free bits of time. Like, it may feel like you don't have any free time, but like those times when you're just like scrolling through Facebook while you like wait for your class to start or something, and see if you can fit some more writing into those times.
Yeah. Definitely.
Best I got.
For me, one of the things that I really like to do, and that seems to work well for me, is segmenting my time. So, like, if it's possible, I'll say, like, okay, well, for the first half of Monday, I have to work or whatever. I have to get this project done. So the first half of Monday is just for work, and then the second half is for writing. And for me, having it split up like that, if possible, even if I can get it where it's like a full day, like, okay, all day Monday I'm going to work, and all day Tuesday I'm going to write, and Wednesday is a bunch of classes. That works very well for me, and like is possible because of my schedule. But yeah, just like having the set time where it's like, I'm going to write right now.
Any other questions?
Not right now. More people sharing their word counts. You guys are doing so great. Again, if you're joining us late, we are moving through things quickly today. Planning to end the chat right around the 30 mark. So we have another question.
Sprint. Yeah. Oh, so we're going to do another sprint in 2 minutes. So at the 10.
Excellent. So we'll do a quick question and then move into the last sprint. From Dr. Lexwell, how do you successfully juggle several different projects set in the same universe?
I have trouble juggling projects that aren't in the same universe.
So writing different projects in the same universe at the same time?
It just says juggling them.
Because yeah, if you're juggling them, I presume you're putting some sort of work into them. Because there I would definitely say one at a time. Like, finish one before you move on is the easiest way to go about it. Like, if you're going to juggle multiple books, try to have them be somewhat different so you can't mix them up in your head, at least not as easily. Whereas having, like, the same world and maybe crossover characters and stuff and writing them at the same time would make my brain explode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take lots of notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you are going to do it, like, if you're maybe, like, revising one and, like, drafting another, like, maybe try to like really like segment that, like work on one day, or like for a whole week maybe work on one. Like, don't try to go back and forth too much, because I think that's where it would get really confusing.
Yeah, for sure. I tried out, we talked, I think it was like 2 chats ago, about Evernote, and I've been using Evernote ever since that chat, and I love it, and I feel like that could also be useful for that, keeping track of like all the characters and tagging it with like which stories they are in, the different locations, and like which characters frequent them. I feel like there's a lot you could do using Evernote, and the app is free, so.
Yes. All right, so we're going to start our last sprint. We're going to go for 20 minutes this time, so to the 30. And the prompt for this one, because not only is it Easter and Passover, it is also April Fool's Day. So the most important. So the prompt for this last sprint is someone plays a prank. It could be your character on somebody else or somebody on your character. So good luck, and we will see you at the 30. And time. That is it for our last sprint of the night. How did it go?
Pretty good. I only got like 317 words this time.
I'm not actually sure how much I got because I ended up rewriting a bit.
Yeah. Does anybody have the comments?
I've got them. Lots of people sharing word counts. Oh, those are from the last one. So be sure to let us know how you guys did on that one.
Yeah.
And then I had a question. Where'd it go? Emily asks, how do you decide what project to work on when you love them all?
Whichever one you have the most fleshed out. Start with that one.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Rachel asks, do you have any tips for writing antagonists?
Everyone is bad for a reason. So explore the antagonist's background, which is like one of my favorite things to do. But most of the time, everyone does something for a reason, and the antagonist might think what they're doing is right. But especially if it's from the protagonist's point of view, it gives the antagonist more depth.
Yeah, I was going to say in a similar vein, basically the same character development that you do for your main characters, however it is that you like get to know them and all the details you work out about them, you should do the same for your antagonists. Like they should have goals and fears and things that they're trying to accomplish, and backstory and all of that. And also just like knowing like the tropes of villains too can be good, because there's like some villain backstories that have been like overdone a lot. So even if you're going to use like, oh, revenge because their family was killed, like try to find like a unique twist on it, because that sort of thing's been done a lot. So you have any other questions? And then Megan's here to sign us off, so we'll take like one more question if we have one.
Emma, Susan loves your haircut.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, I have to go. There's people in my house, and then Google was like, if you go, we're turning this thing off. That's not what I want.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I think we're going to read the same question.
Dark Deluxeful asking how D&D is going.
Scheduling is hard.
Yeah. It's been a weird couple of months for getting everyone's schedule together, but hopefully we will figure something out sometime soon.
But when D&D happens, it's really fun.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So we're going to sign off for tonight. So this was a very short one, but next week we'll be back with hopefully a longer write-in so we can answer more questions and write some more words. So good luck with all of your writing this week, and we will have videos all week long, just like always, and we'll be back next Sunday. Bye.
Bye.